Hello and welcome to round number 5 out of 20 for the Aerodynamix F1 2020 League race. We're here for Division 2. We're here in Azerbaijan for what will definitely be a really chaotic race, knowing Azerbaijan itself. Even in real life, with the best drivers in the world, we have really chaotic races. But unfortunately, the Codemaster servers do us bad once more, and we don't see half of the names. So we'll quit and go back in so we see the names, because it's going to be really hard to manage without the names, and will not be as fun. But hopefully with the EA taking over, the servers will be much better, because the less said about today's state, the better. Okay, so we're back, and thankfully we have all the names, but we only have 15 drivers today. Because of a lot of people were unavailable, and a lot of people will join throughout this qualifying session, which obviously will put them last on the grid, but it's still better than nothing, I guess. But already five drivers out on their out lap and 4 on their fast lap. But today we have a short qualifying because of the late starting of the session, and it's a 80-minute short qualifying with a 50% race. And yep, but Azerbaijan, what a great circuit this is, at least in my opinion. For driving, it's really hard, but if you get a flow of it, it's really fun to drive it. But to watch is one of the best tracks, to be honest. Like, this track always seemed to deliver. As I'll just set the telemetry. Yeah, this track always seemed to, as we see Vroom really slide and gonna exit with his Racing Point car, with the pink Racing Point. Obviously 2020 being the last year of Racing Point pink, and being a Formula 1 car, at least for quite a long time, because Aston Martin with the British Racing Green taking over the team. I mean, taking over, just it's more of a marketing and sponsor than anything else, but still better than anything. But let's see what kind of lap time Vroom can set on the medium tires, and he goes top of the timing sheets by a long margin, by 0.6 of a second with the medium tires. And what a lap, what a lap. Yeah, and yeah, as I was saying, it's really easy to overtake on this track, and we saw plenty of overtaking throughout this years. And let's not forget about the carnage we saw on this track. There's plenty of room for error. One small mistake and you're in the wall. It's like in Monaco. So they'll be hoping to the best way to at least finish this race is if you do not damage your front wing, you're in for a really good points. It's really easy, just a little tap on your front wing, just boom, gone. Or at least in a yellow, which puts you in so much understeer. So Jingle Fingers cannot beat Vroom with the soft tires, so Vroom proved that his lap was extraordinary. As we ride on board with Rich Ross. As we go through this castle section, and you have to see the castle section for the drivers, and it's really hard, and I cannot express how hard it is going through the castle section sometimes, and especially in race conditions. But just watching the cars going through the castle section and on this in the speeds they do it, and everything is just extraordinary. So 11 minutes left on this qualifying session, but Sklad has beaten Vroom with the medium tires on his 210, but Rich Ross on his soft tires beats both on the medium tires. It's something that you would expect, to be honest. But Sklad with and that's what I said, but thankfully it's just his in lap. Yep. How about but what would be the biggest highlights of this race? Well, we had 2017. What a great race that was. Sebastian Vettel hitting Hamilton under a safety car. Yeah, and great race that was. But Vribrisk and Jingle Fingers both beat Rich Ross, and Vribrisk is the first driver under the 1 minute 40s, and that was not good. And well, Rich Ross will definitely be happy not to be DNF'd after that crash into the wall. Apart from 2017, well, we had 2018. Great race that was also. It was Perez on podium. Lance Stroll was in 2017 on the podium. And yeah, we had this track since 2016, I believe. It was 2016. It was called the European Grand Prix, and 2017 it was the first Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Yep. So 9.5 minutes left of this really interesting qualifying session. So let's see where FaZe ends up. He's just a straight to go. FaZe McButt. Great DRS reaction time and walk lap time. Can he set? I know, and he goes into pits. So he's not improving. And so is Anbu Massin into the pits. And Jordan Norris, it goes a little bit wider, but sets the fastest in sector 2. And Jordan Norris is on a flyer with 9 minutes left. Can he deny Vribrisk with a potential pole position? Just a straight to go, a really long straight, long. It goes and goes, but it does not. And he goes only P6 behind Sklad on the medium tires. And Jordan Norris, quite a decent lap, but still far off by Vribrisk with a 1 minute 49.8. What about the Dutch Austin, where can he goes? But he goes P8 with the medium tires. And well, the Dutch Awesome were one of the championship contenders. Obviously the top three covers 7 points in a championship right now. Obviously still early days with still 15 rounds to go, but Vibrisk is really catching the leading three in the championship. He's just, I believe, well, just so Vibris is 23 points off the leader and still in the money, and he's really catching it, leading three in a championship. And that's, well, it's definitely brewing for a really, really interesting championship fight. So 6 minutes left with 12 drivers already set their lap times, and right now it's Vibris on potential pole position. Jingle Fingers just behind by 7/10 behind Vibrisk. Lucifer, the championship leader in P3. Rich Ross in P4 with a 1 minute 41.009. Jordan Norris, his teammate, just 9 thousandths behind. Sklad in P6 with the medium tires. Vroom in P7. The Dutch Awesome, also one of the contenders in the championship, only P8, so not showing the pace he showed us before, but maybe saving some more for the last lap. Maybe he's got some more, but oh, he's really drifting the car on the exit. And the FaZe McBot, well, so he had a crash, but sadly we did not see it, but FaZe McBot had a crash and he's out of quali. F1 Moral in P10. Anbu Mason in P11. Dan Richardson rounds out the grid for now. And still Kieran Effindler and Iceone to set the lap times. And obviously if you start outside the top 10, you have a free choice of tires, so 11th down, and the top 10 have to set is the set they qualified on. Oh, and that Richardson collided with the wall and has really major front wing damage. So still only Vibris really the only driver out of the 1 minute 40s, below the 1 minute 40s, and in the 1 minute 39s. So Vibris once again showing blitzering pace as he had in the race. Obviously gained, if I believe it was like 13 positions, something like that, and well, it was a magical race from him in China. So 4 minutes. So 4 minutes left of this really, really interesting qualifying session we have here. And still, Vibris looks untouchable for now. Only Vroom just improved, though still far off Vibris. And Vibris looks in a world of his own right now. So now Anbu Mason sets the fastest sector 2 on the medium tires. Can he improve? Can he go in the top 10 at least? Goes to the final straight. It's DRS wide open, but it's quite a late reaction, so it does lose him a couple of thousandths. But now as he crosses the line by only P8, but it's still the second fastest on the medium tires. And Anbu Mason, well, he does not have a lot of time for another lap. I don't think he'll make it, but it's definitely going to be really, really close indeed. But now F1 Moral on his out lap, and let's ride on board. Oh no, with F1 Immoral as he crosses the line. DRS wide open, brakes. First corner, hard brake into one, easy on power, third gear. And now to turn to brake on 50-meter board, really closest to the edge he can. DRS wide open once again. A second straight, a really long straight. But now, once again, hard braking into turn 300-meter board, down to second gear, closest to the wall to you want. Another 90-degree corner. And now to the chicane. It's down to second gear, easy on power once again, but now to the hardest part of the circuit. Goes, brakes 50-meter board. Goes second gear, oh really close to, well, gains a lot of tenths by doing that. Now to the really see debris on the track as he goes a little bit wide into second gear, but now, well, basically a straight right now in full top out corner, but now really difficult downhill braking, jumping over a curb, and oh, narrowly misses the well, really great apex from him. But now once again the exit of this corner really matters because there's a really long straight right now. Fastest sector 2 he sets, closest to gain as much time as he can. And now adjust a DRS for him to do, and now it's just a run. Great reaction time from him, 200 miles per hour, 11,000 RPM, and it only goes P8. Well, next one up on the road is Kieran Barr. Well, can he see him go? And he goes P8. But Vroom aborts his lap. He did not improve, and he goes into the box and he stays P2. Next is Rizros. Can he deny Vribrisk the untouchable pole he has? As he goes really, oh, but he does a slight lift off. Was a slight lift off, and that will cost him well, quite a lot of time, to be honest. But just say, oh, and he also does not improve, and he goes also into the box. And now FN Miller, where can he end up? It's going to be really interesting from him. 200 miles per hour, and he only P8, and that puts Andrew Mason outside the top 10. Next one is F1 Immoral. Is he on a fast lap, or well, it looks like he's on a fast lap. Maybe going a second time round. Maybe he feels more pace in the bag. Goes really close to a wall. 200 miles per hour, 12,000 RPM, DRS wide open. And where can F1 Immoral end up? He stays P10. And now Kieran Barr, where does he have enough pace in the bag to deny Vibris the untouchable pole? And where does he end up? No, he stays P9, and Vibris is on pole. Extraordinary. And Vibris is on pole with an untouchable pole. Spice 6 tenths of a second, and we all can bow down, cause wow, what kind of lap time that was. The only driver out of the 1:40 40s. And Vibris looks like he's the untouchable this race and the man to beat this race. Well, obviously race is a completely different mind game. Qualifying is one, race is another. Can he manage the tires enough? Or will strategy play key for the race winning driver this race? Well, we'll all have to wait and see. But right now everyone's money is on Vibrisk, who's on pole. So as we just load into the qualified session, I'll so now as we just wait for so an update on the news. Well, something happened with the other lobby. I'm not too sure. I think it was something to do with the settings, but well, we have to restart now. It's just a uh, dilemma. Do we do the qualifying again? Do we do one shot, or do we do the 18 minutes again? So I'll just keep you guys updated with all the info. So we're doing custom grids, and well, we're finally back, and finally, just finally, we can get the race. And sorry if you had to wait. And let's just think, and let's just know that Baku, just everything can happen here, and everything has happened here. Funnily enough, it's definitely a really chaotic race this is. It's just gonna be interesting how much front wings everyone will have to go through, because, well, so finally, round 5 out of 20 here in Azerbaijan, and so obviously a formation lap. So it's Vibris in the Ferrari who lines on pole position with a really extraordinarily dominating with a dominant qualifying display. He started on hot tires, Jingle Fingers in P2. Then it's Luis Shadid, the championship leader, in P3. Rhys Ross in P4 in a Renault. He completes the second row. Jordan Norris in P5. F.N. Diller in a McLaren for P6. Kieran Barr in P7. 8th is F1 Morl in a Red Bull. Andrew Mason in P9. And the Dutch Austin rounds out the 5th row and lines up the top 10. Then 11th it's Dan Richardson, Vrome in P12. P13 is Tommy TC93, and 14th is Mace McButt. So the strategy is really all over the place, I could say. So the top 2 on hards, Lucifer on softs, Rhys Ross on mediums, 5th to 7th on hards, F1 Roll on mediums, and Mason hards. The Dutch Awesome mediums, hard is Dan Richardson, Vrome is mediums, Tommy and Faze on hards. So as Rowe and Vibris really opened up the gap, and well, he's really keen to get back into racing. You can just tell. It's like a dog going for a treat, but it's F1. And well, he really opened up the gap, and well, he'll be away for quite a long time, and well, that will just make his tires really cold, and some interesting tactics. So finally, as the grid is finally line them up, we only waited an hour. And as the Renault just rounds up the grid, and we're waiting for green flags. It's green flags as we go to 5 red lights. It's go! Kieran Baku, as well, Jingle Fingers looks to get a really good start indeed, but Vipers gets even better start, and Lucifer looks to get around the outside, but it goes really wide indeed, and now Renault gets past Lucifer Shadi. Lucifer loses a place, and now Jingle Fingers holds on, so there's the top two, and Lucifer gets back in front of Rich Ross, and as we see, Effin Miller gets in front of Jordan Norris. Oh, and it's a late dive bomb by F1 Immortal, who lost a lot of position, 2 positions, and now back into P10 is F1 Immortal. The gap is already 1 second, and well, Vipers looks to have the same pace he had in qualifying carry on. As Vroom now gets past Kieran Barr, and Vroom looks to be looks to be fighting through the grid, and oh, it's Kieran Barr in the wall and has some potential from wing damage. Oh, and look at the understeer he has. As the Red Bull of F1 Immortal looks to get really interesting indeed. And well, he's getting hold up really badly. Oh no, and that is FaZe McBot. FaZe McBot contact with F1 Immortal. Well, it was because of this slow Kieran Barr with broken front wing, who was holding both of them up, and well, they were trying to go wheel to wheel through that downhill corner, and well, it didn't work out for FaZe McBot, who ends up with damage. But Vibris, it's the fastest lap of the race, and well, it's 2 seconds the gap already. And Lucifer, well, he's really losing a lot of positions right now, and it's Kieran Barr and FaZe McBot into the pits. And so is, well, Lucifer lost a lot of positions. What happened to Lucifer? Well, he might have spun or something, because, oh, and what was that? Oh, and that is Riz Ross. Well, he outbraked himself, but luckily he has no damage, but lost a lot of positions, as obviously the leaderboard has to glitch out like every single race it does. Well, and Dash Richardson supposedly, well, he was supposedly in P1 for a minute, and he would be bouncing. If he was actually in P1. So it's Vibris who leads the Baku, the Azerbaijan Grand Prix as a VSC. And for lap 3 and already some caution has to be taken. But Vroom already in P5. Well, he is on a flyer. He's cutting his way through the field. So Lucifer Lucifer in P3, just behind Jingle Fingers, and Dutch Awesome in P4 from Jordan Norris in P6, P7, F1 Merle, Tommy in P8, FNL in P9, Devin Richards in P10, Amber Mason P11. But what happened? Well, something happened to, well, he obviously outbreaks now, so he's in P12. P13 is Kieran, and FaZe McBot in P14. Oh, as we get a really awkward camera, but Vroom gets past one of the championship contenders. Oh, but they will try to go wheel to wheel through the first 2 corners. And who will get in front of, well, obviously, with Vroom with the inside line gets past. Oh, and the Dodge Awesome almost loses it at with the dirty air of Vroom. Oh, and Vroom really locks up and goes quite wide indeed. Oh, 1-1. They go 3 wide after at the exit of turn 3, but Rhys Ross capitalizes on everything and goes into P9. P10 is Andrew Mason, and P11 is Dan Richardson. What a fight are we, as FaZe McBot is out of the race, and the VSC is called out because of that. But what happened to FaZe McBot? What happened to Vibrisk? Oh no! That's extraordinary! Vibrisk has got damage and he's dropped down to P3. Vibrisk have shown some really dominating display in qualifying and looked to be running away with it. Now, well, he's dropping down the field and now he has to pit. But now it's Lucifer and Jingle Fingers for the lead, go wheel to wheel. What battle's going on here as they go side by side? And Jingle Fingers, well, Jingle Fingers and Vibrisk, oh, they both have to pit, and well, just really, we don't know what happened between both of them. Supposedly have damage and both of them have to pit, but now the championship leader, no wonder he's in the championship contender, because he's just shown how much of a cool head he has. He leads the Azerbaijan Grand Prix Rome, who started so far down in P2 with Dutch Austrian, also one of the contenders in P3. And whoa, what kind of first lap was that? I'm actually out of breath. What happened? Just so much things every way you look, as there's some yellow flags in sector 3, and that's FN Miller in the wall at the main straight. Oh, and well, that is, and he's boxing, and what is he doing? So FN Miller maybe really frustrated or something technical issues. Well, we don't really know what's happening to FN Miller right now. Oh, it's Rich Ross really pressurizing in Tommy the Haas. And well, that is a really easy overtake indeed, and a brilliant overtake also. As they skip through the curb. But can Tommy with DRS get back past Rich Ross? As Jingle Fingers gets past Dan Richardson. Well, Rich Ross really lost out a lot of time, to be honest. I mean, sorry, Tommy, he lost out second behind a second. And you get a feeling that this straight is not long enough. Oh, now it's a fight for P4. The two Alfa Romeos are going at it. No team orders at the Sauber garage. As you see, the gloves are off in it, Alfa Romeo garage. Oh, and what happened to FN Miller once again? He's in a wall at the castle section. Well, what is he doing? He's blocking the track. Is he doing it on purpose? Well, Lucifer will have to watch out. No. FN Miller thought better of it. Oh, and did Jordan Norris have some damage? Well, he went quite squirmy out of the... Oh, and that was quite close indeed. And now, the next up on Jingle Fingers in Bliss is Andrew Mason. Can he make a really light dive bomb into this corner? No, he doesn't. He thinks better of it. And Vibrisk gets past Dan Richardson, his own teammate. But now, Jingle Fingers, will he dive down inside? Yes, he does. And he's up to P8 after, well, he was in P2. Oh, what's happened to FN Miller once again? And, well, some more problems are caused. It's quite interesting. Maybe some technical issues. Well, we don't really know. Oh, and will Andrew Mason try to get back past Jingle Fingers? Will he get a really monstrous dive bomb? No, he thinks better of it. Oh, that is Jingle Fingers in the wall. Yes, he's got some major wing damage once again on Jingle Fingers after just being in the pit, after being in P2. will have to go back into the pits, and oh, that was really close for Amber Mason, as Jingle Fingers really defends aggressively. Lap 6 out of 26 here in Azerbaijan, with Lucifer really a dominating display by him, but he's on the soft tires against Vroom in the medium tires, and Vroom also really dominating display by him, and he's catching Lucifer, and Lucifer will have to feel pressurized on as he locks up, but that will not help his cause for his tires, as FN Miller gets disqualified from the session. No wonder. Oh, and that was really close. Oh, and Fabris is out. Fabris is out. He spun at the exit of the downhill corner. And Fabris, after leading the race, after a dominant display in the qualifying session, is out of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and that looked like a quite big crash. And well, he was really close behind. He was really close behind Amber Mason, who, well, it probably Fabris probably throwed him off a lot. And well, he got the dirty air and spun right into the wall, as Dan Richardson is into the pits. And Dan Richardson is in a really great position. Obviously he only has 1 point right now, and well, he might be looking to get even more points here in Azerbaijan. Dan Richardson, really happy to see him in the points. Oh, and Vroom is catching Lucifer with the speed of light. It was 3 seconds a lap ago, now it's 1.1, and Lucifer feels the pressure and goes into the pits. And let's see what kind of tires he will get. What kind of strategy did he work out with the Alpha Tauri garage? It's the hard tires, so it's a one stop. And so it's Jordan Norris and into the pits. Does he have damage? Because that's quite an early stop for hard tires. Yes, he does have damage. So Vroom leads the Azerbaijan Grand Prix from starting really far down, but Lucifer is on net race lead, but obviously now he is going to have quite a lot of traffic on his way. So that might just help Vroom, and Vroom will be praying to Ritros, F1 Tomorrow, that they hold him up as much as they possibly can. This is going to be really interesting to see who's going to take this win. Vroom or Lucifer? Is it going to be overcut or undercut? Oh, and Lucifer is not looking too happy on the hard tires. Yeah, and if I remember from my own driver experiences, the hard tires on this track sometimes feel so horrible, and especially worn down hard tires, they feel so understeery and so like unfun to drive. But it's nothing the driver cannot manage, as Riz Ross is getting pressurized in F1 Tomorrow. F1 Tomorrow looks to be a really big sitting duck right now. Yeah, and F1 Tomorrow is a sitting duck, and Riz Ross in potential P3. So DRS wide open for both of the AlphaTauri and the Red Bull. It's a sister team against the main team. But he tucks up behind, but the straight is not long enough. And Lucifer is really stuck in traffic right now, and that just helps Rome. So right now the leader is 18 seconds. The box, well, it's about 20 seconds, I would say. So, oh, and what happened to? And F1 Immortal has some damage after contact with the wall. Really gotten to see that. Now Lucifer, well, that actually helps F1 Lucifer a lot. Well, Lucifer is 19.7 seconds, so it's really close with him and Rome. Obviously, with the much fresher tires, after he gets past Ross, he will get a lot of clean air and will bolt out as he goes quite wide, and that was almost well, that was almost contact with the wall, which could have meant race over. Well, Ross really are having a lot of pace. Open up the gap from him and Lucifer. So Ross really feeling happy with the medium tires, as is Rome. And Lucifer is just outside the 20-second gap. So the fastest lap right now is for Vribis, who's out and outside of 10, so he'll not get the point. But his fastest lap is 1 minute 43.8, and it's a fastest lap by a long margin. And well, what could have been with Vribis if he didn't crash? What could have been? Well, let's see the penalties. There's no penalties, so that is really good to see, and that's well behaved by everyone. Stops. So Lucifer obviously stopped, and Jordan Norris downwards also stopped. Jingle Fingers and Kieran both done already to stop. Position change, and as I said, Rome gained 11 positions in 10 laps, and that is, we all just hands down, one of the greatest performances we see in this league. Extraordinary performance by Rome, extraordinary. 8 positions gained by the Dutch Awesome. Another great performance. Tommy gained 7 positions. And obviously Lucifer lost 1 position, but he already boxed, so yeah. So leader, so Lucifer is just in the 20-second zone. It's going to be close between him and Rome. And Ross really caught up to the Dutch Awesome. Dutch Awesome will have to start feeling pressurized as F1 Immortal into the box. As he skips over the curb. So 11 finishers, 11 people on the track with 11 laps has went by, so it's almost half distance. So people on the medium tires will have to box. I would say they will box around lap 13, lap 12, around that. Yeah, I would say that. I would say lap 12 or even this lap. Yes, Rome is into the pits. Well, and ladies and gentlemen, this is what we'll be waiting for. This is going to be really close. We obviously can see in the right hand corner Who will be first? Lucifer, Rome, Lucifer, Rome, Rome, Lucifer. Oh, this is gonna be really close. Oh, this is gonna be a hairpin. Oh, and Rome, with a hair of distance, just gets in front and oh, he goes into the wall. Has he had some damage? I think luckily he doesn't. But now the Dutch Austin is really again interested with it. Rome. He dives down the inside and leads the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, but obviously he still needs a bit pit. And Lucifer, he sees his contender, he sees that Rome overcutted him, and he'll be frustrated in the cockpit. With Riz Ross holding him up so much, he'll be kicking the cockpit out of frustration. But he'll be, he needs motivation. Obviously, on Rome, Rome is starting to struggle, obviously, as did Lucifer on the starting laps on the hard tires. He struggled quite a lot. We have to wait as the hard tires really need to rubber in for them to have a lot of grip and stuff. Because, as I said, sometimes hard tires can feel horrendous. So it's a free four-way battle for the lead. I see only two of them has box, so yeah. Oh, this is going to be really close. Well, Riz Ross, the Dutch Awesome is going into the pits and now free Rome into the lead. No, he's not. He faked the pits. He faked it. He wants to have a fight with the race leaders. Whoa. That was cheeky by the Dutch Awesome. That was really cheeky by him. Oh, and now Rome will put, but now the Dutch Awesome will try a good old switcheroo, but Rome gets DRS. And now he sees Rome really opening the gap. Oh, and now Lucifer is getting back past. It's a really great dive bomb by Lucifer, and he gets past the Riz Ross. But I can't believe that was really cheeky by Dutch Austin. Fake that he's going into pits. Wow. But as you see, the Dutch Austin is really starting to struggle with these old medium tires. He's been running them for half distance of the race, which is a really great job by medium tires, I must say. And now Rome is really opening the gap. Now the two Red Bulls are getting interested in each other, and F1 Mortal gets past Jingle Fingers, who was at one stage in P2. And surely now the Dutch Awesome and Riz Ross will go into the pits. And well, that would just free Lucifer. But now the damage has been done. It's 2 seconds the gap from Rome to Lucifer. The damage has been done. And no, the Dutch Awesome is not into the box. It's Riz Ross, and Lucifer gets past, and oh, and he goes really wide. I don't know, that was almost contact, but the Dutch Awesome, the cool head, really thinks better of it. And well, Dutch Awesome is really starting to struggle now, and well, he stayed for another lap, which is really risky. Riz Ross into the pits, and where he will end up against the Dutch Awesome. But well, now that is interesting, because now Jordan Norris, he can give a really big honor, a really big favor for the Dutch Awesome. A really big favor indeed. If he holds him up enough, the undercut will not work from Riz Ross, and the Dutch Awesome will still be in front of Riz Ross. Oh, and that was really close by Jingle Fingers. But now Lucifer is really catching in a rate of knots. 1.2 seconds, and there's a VSC. And what happened to Rome? Vroom! Oh! And why was the tire square? Well, that is just one of many questions we need answers to. What the hell? This is amazing! This is amazing! Oh my goodness me! Vroom is out of the race after a brilliant performance. He's seeing the work is getting undone by a matter of seconds. Crashed into the wall. Crashed into the wall at turn 14 or 13. It was turn 13. But what happened to Rizros? Why did that happen? Well, that is really not good from that. He could have won the race, and now he has to sell for a DNF, which will be a P11. And that is Tommy, who's also out of the race, and that must have been a big crash at turn 19, at the exit of turn 19. Another great big crash. But whoa, I need answers to a lot of questions right now. But yes, Rizros did undercut the Dutch Awesome. Arch Awesome is in P7. He lost up a lot of positions. So what happened? Whoa. So first of all, Vroom somehow crashed at turn 6, at turn 13. We don't know how. After, well, he looked like to be dominating the race. After great performance, everything has been done by a matter of seconds, and sadly we did not see the crash. Okay, the second thing, what happened? Lucifer. And then Lucifer gets back the lead of the race. The championship leader would be happy. But second thing, why was the tires square? That does not even make sense. But then, for some reason, the Dutch Awesome ran straight into the back of Vroom and damaged his front wing, and because of that, he dropped down to P7. My goodness, I just don't know. Why did all of this happen? I have so many questions but no answers. We all have so many questions but no answers. But the dream for Lucifer, well, he was gonna extend his championship lead massively. One of the championship contenders, the Dutch Awesome P7. Vibrisk out. Gresco not even racing. Extraordinary. As the Dutch Awesome gets past Anbu Mason. But this is heartbreak for Vroom. We all have to have a feel for Vroom. That was heartbreak, absolute heartbreak. He's definitely gonna be kicking himself for that. That's absolutely gutting. But now we have to focus. 10 laps to go. Jordan Norris is out. Oh, and what happened to Rizros? Jordan Norris into P2 as Rizros spawned at the exit. Spawn at the exit of turn 7. And there's a VSC, another VSC. He spawned at the exit of turn 7. Well, what happened? He dropped it. And, well, after almost having P2, could have even had P1. Now in P4. Oh, another heartbreak. This race gonna be a full of heartbreaks and what could have been. What could have been for Rizros, what could have been for Vroom, what could have been for Vibrisk, what could have been for all these drivers. As Lucifer is into the pits, what happened to him? Well, he's just doing a 2-stop. But will Jordan Norris be in front of Lucifer? It's gonna be a hairpin. No, Lucifer is in front of Jordan Norris. There's another VSC. So 8 drivers out. Kieran, Tommy, Vroom, Verber, Space, and FNL are all out of the race. And Dan Richardson, well, we all are definitely really happy to see him in the points. P8. And that's a good sight to see. So 8 drivers left of this really chaotic Azerbaijan Grand Prix. But let's be honest, what else did we expect? We see Azerbaijan, we think chaotic. We think chaotic. When we see chaotic, we think Azerbaijan. And that should be the motto of this track. Oh, and Andrew Mason. Oh, and that could have been another disaster for Riz Ross. And Riz Ross with this much fresher, newer, softer Compantaya. The life would definitely feel good on the soft tires, but he will definitely not be feeling good with the thought of what could have been. He could have been reading the race if he did not even outbrake himself into turn 3. Extraordinary. As Riz Ross is right on the gearbox of Andrew Mason, obviously with the much softer, newer tires. And Andrew Mason is now going to be a really big sitting duck. This is not even going to be a fight. As DRS is wide open. There is no DRS for Riz Ross. Oh yeah, there is. And as I said, it's just a sitting duck. It's deja vu for the Red Bulls. Last time we saw Red Bulls firing that hard, we saw a disastrous teammate crash in 2018. Obviously, the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, the 2 Red Bulls of Daniel Ricciardo and Max Verstappen crashed out at turn 1. And a lot of controversy filled it. Some blamed it on Daniel Ricciardo, some blamed it on Max Verstappen, and some blamed it on both. I personally think it's definitely both. So 9 laps as he jumps over the curb. As 9 laps. But still no penalty. That is just wow. That is actually incredible, to be honest. And he left off, so he did not feel comfortable enough. But does he have enough straight line speed to outdraw F1 Morel? It's DRS wide open. It's whoa. As well, that could have been disastrous. As F1 Morel is going into the pits. He's going to be into the pits, but well, he really braked so early, and Jingle Fingers that almost caught him out, and that almost. Well, why is? Well, he was on the 2-stop, so yeah, that's why he's boxing. But the Dutch Austin back into P4. Riz Ross back into P5. Well, we might see some deja vu race fight between Riz Ross and the Dutch Austin. But Jingle Fingers back in the podium positions. What? How? After so much. I'll tell you what. After two stops. That's not bad. I'm sorry, but that is wow, extraordinary. That's amazing. Jingle Fingers after so much back into the pits. Oh, and that. I just commentated cost him. What have I done? Oh my goodness. That is just, I'm sorry, I absolutely commentated cursed him. As Riz Ross gets the first penalty of the race. And Jingle Fingers will have to go into the pits. And well, that is heartbreak, and another what could have been for Jingle Fingers without anything that happened to him. sad to see after so much. Oh, and well, we are going to see some deja vu. It's Dutch Awesome. Dutch Awesome, well, that's really interesting, to be honest. Hard tires for him, for such a short distance. Softs can definitely do a job. Interesting, but the Dutch Awesome and Rizros meet back again, and it's going to be a fight for P4. It's DRS, wide open. He goes into the inside, and he dives down the inside. Oh, and will the Dutch Awesome hang on round the outside? Yes, he does. Just barely. Will the Rizros dive down the inside? No, he thinks of it. But now it's going to be a battle for into turn 3. DRS wide open once again for Rizros. He tucks up behind the Alfa Romeo Dutch Awesome, but the straight is not long enough, and the Dutch Awesome hangs on. But look how my drivers. It's a 4-way fight for P3. But Rizzo's got a 3-second time penalty. Oh no, Dan Richardson is out. Oh no, Dan Richardson, after running comfortably in a points P8, that could have been a great result for him, is out. And another DNF. There's more DNFs than finishes right now. Wow, that is amazing. But the 4-way battle continues, and well, that is really close. It might be the Dutch Awesome, there might be Rizros, there might be F1 Mo, or it might be Jingle Fingers to get a podium. Oh, and what happened to Rizros? He spun and he's got some damage. Another, what could have been? Another trip to the pits. Another, well, another. So it's now a 3-way fight. But now the two Red Bulls, I mean the Alfa Romeo and Red Bull, F1 Moto go really close indeed. And F1 Moto into the pits, and Jingle Face really outbreaks himself and goes quite wide indeed. And now the Dutch Awesome, will he try and move into turn 3? Well, I don't think so. He's got much older, well, not much, but he's got older, harder tires, and well, that might be a great day for the Red Bulls, to be honest. Oh, that is a hairpin close. Well, after so much trips to the pits by the two Red Bulls, and so much that happened, oh, and that could have been, and that is heartbreak for the Dutch Awesome. That's a disaster for Dutch Awesome. He also's got wing damage, as does Rizros. So both the Dutch Awesome and Rizros will go into the pits. Well, he tried that. No, he thinks so better of it. He knows that. Oh, that was once again almost a hairpin. But the Red Bulls knows that he does not need to fight him. But the Dutch Awesome really fighting hard. He really fighting aggressively, I could say. But the Jingle Fingers, he knows he does not need to risk it or anything. He knows that he's going to the pits. But wow. Oh. But no. The Dutch Awesome is not going into pits. And so is Rizros. They both feel they don't need to. But they'll drop back by two Red Bulls. And let's just give a moment, because the two Red Bulls are having a great race after so much that happened to them. They found this at 3-4. So much constructors championship points for them. And they looking to gain some positions in the constructors championship. But Jordan Lucifer really dominating this Grand Prix, 27 seconds ahead. Wow, extraordinary. Jordan Norris in P2. Well, Jordan Norris has the fastest lap of the race with a 1 minute 33.2. That'll gave him at least 1 point. And Riz Ross with that penalty will drop behind Ambu into last place. At least in terms of finishers. So it's 3 laps to go. And the gap's really opened up right now. At least them two. At least not in terms of them two. They actually cannot. These two cannot unstick themselves in this race. They keep fighting each other every single time they've been together this whole race. Literally. If it's for a P2 spot or if it's for the last spot, every single time it's them two. It's like an younger brother copying an older brother. But now Riz Ross is liking to finish this for once for all. Obviously both of them with damage and both of them with tons of understeer. And the Dutch Austin will try and go wheel to wheel. And the Dutch Austin goes down the inside. Oh no! The Dutch Austin contact with the wall and damaged front wing. And that is, well, the Dutch Austin and Riz Ross are probably going to split up now, once and for all. But now Ambu is getting interested with Dutch Austin, but Dutch Austin will lose quite a lot of points, and Lucifer will gain a ton of points on the constructors. It's happy days for Lucifer Shahid. Yeah, but the Dutch Austin was a little bit too keen on the move on Riz Ross. He did not want to give up. He was a little bit too aggressive. But now Jingle Fingers actually caught up to F4 Model in just 1.1 second. We might see a last lap move between the two Red Bulls. Obviously the pit wall will be like as DRS wide open, and well, the Dutch Austin with tons of more damage is a sit and duck, and the racing point of Ambu Mason is in front in P6. So Jingle Fingers and F4 are close once again in the track. That's another pair that cannot unsplit themselves. But the people will be pulling their hair out of of pressure. He does not want to see both of them now make a mistake. They don't want both of them to crash out when they can get so much constructors points. Oh, but F1 Morello makes a mistake, and well, F1 Morello, that is great teamwork right here. F4 Morello lets his teammate by. He knows that he's the faster one, and he knows that he doesn't need to risk it, and that was really close. And he knows that he does not need to risk it. He knows that it's really good for a team right now. They got a lot of points. And respect for F4 Morello. Total respect. But will he try to get back past his teammate? He's gaining. Oh, but he's not close enough. Oh, as he almost losing it. He's really struggling right now. F4 Morello to keep it on the road. So we're on a penultimate lap of this race. And Lucifer looks to be dominating this Grand Prix right now. As Lucifer boxed again, and he's probably attempting a fast lap on the last lap, to get even more points. So let's just slide on board with the race leader for this whole lap, and let's talk about how much he gained on others, as he does say his fastest lap, 1 minute 42.6. So he gained on others people's mistakes. He did not make a mistake himself. He's looking to gain a full blown points of 26 points. He's looking to extend the championship lead by so much. The Dutch Awesome in P7, Gresco not out of the race, and Vibrisk in P12 out of the points. It's happy days here in Azerbaijan for Lucifer. And just extraordinary drive for him. Dominated. When Vroom crashed out, he made a mistake on the pressure. Lucifer did not make any mistake on the pressure. No mistake at all by him. And gained on other people's mistakes. But that's how it goes in F1. It's heartbreak, or it's win or lose. It's happy or sad. It's orange or apples. I don't know. But as he goes through the last penultimate proper corner, goes through the last proper corner, as he sets the fastest sector too, and he goes through the last fast corners. It's basically, it's easy flat in these modern F1 cars, and he just is straight to go. Lucifer with a dominant display, gained on other people's mistakes, extends his championship lead, and wins in Baku. What a sublime performance by Lucifer, Shahid, and everyone. We all have to give a round of applause, cause what a race that was. So Lucifer P1, Jordan Norris, after so much that happened to him in P2. Jingle Fingers, another one. So much happened to him. Now in P3. F1 Moto in P4. Great day for the Red Bulls. Both Red Bulls gained a lot of positions. Riz Ross in P5. What could have been for him. And B Mason P6. Great day for him. And the rest are DNFs. Only 6 finishers out of 14 people. Bravo. And F1 Moto, the driver of the day, no wonder. But my driver of the day is Lucifer. He almost probably or definitely a non-mistakeless run. Great race from him. Extends his lead, and with all the pressure, he manages to win with no mistakes at all. Clinches the win and wins. The American driver back on top. As they sprayed his champagne with celebration. So as I said, the top 7 already run for the race, but then it's the DNFs of the Dutch Awesome, Dan Richardson, Kieran Barr, Tommy, Vroon, Vibrisk, Effin Miller, Vase McBot. All are DNFs. So hope you enjoyed this chaotic Azerbaijan Grand Prix as much as I did. And remember, when you think of chaos, when you see chaos, you think of Azerbaijan. When you see Azerbaijan, you think of chaos. And I'll see you back on Monday. I'm out of breath how much this race was. Wow. It kept me on the edge of the seat the whole race.